Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English. This right here is this show right here.
Daily Flash.
Flush eye?
Yeah, baby! I'll be honest with you, I can't read it.
I got you. It's okay. I got you.
We do have a little dude we like to call James Alexander. He's sitting right there. What's up, sweet baby?
Man, I am so excited about today. It's what? What are you doing? You excited too? Okay, now that just threw me off entirely. let me go back over here. Okay.
And then brushing his favorite James Alexander is Matt Doolittle.
You know, where you can see all his brushing techniques are on our website at dailyflashshow.com, where James has all of our social media up there for you to check out. Make sure you get on there, like, subscribe, do all that fun
Very cool. Alrighty. We got a good show planned for you today. We always want to make sure that you're taken care of as far as what's been going on in the world and what's happened.
Okay, so there is a new trend when it comes to ordering food for either pickup or delivery. Women are now ordering their food under a man's name. Now, here's why. Few people claim that if you order, a man gets a bigger portion size when he orders, whether it's delivery, whether it's pickup. So this girl tested it out, of course, on social media. She posted her results. She put her order into Chipotle, and she ordered under her name, and then she ordered under a guy's name. And she claims that the guy's portion was much bigger than her portion was.
All right, the only way I would say that, she would have to have done it simultaneously, because I know what if like you made one and I made one, I would make it different, right? That could be a thing. Hopefully that was put into the mix.
Well, Chipotle responded and said, I don't know where she's getting this idea from, because we don't look at names. We just fill orders. We just put together. And look, we've all been to Chipotle.
Yeah.
It's a crap. Sometimes you get the giant burrito that busts out of the tortilla and they have to remake it.
You gotta get the right person.
Right, exactly. Or if you're like me, I'm like, can you make it smaller, like half the size? Where is that version of the menu?
I will give you a side eye at Chipotle if you short me on the chicken, though. I'm going.
You will. You will give me the side eye.
A little more?
Did she tip?
I don't know. She didn't say anything about tipping. Oh, that's true too. Yes.
I would hold. Well, no, I wouldn't imagine, because
if
it's
it's
Uber.
pickup,
It's not Chipotle. It would be the
It would
delivery
be the
service as far as tipping
yeah.
goes, right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, and how? Well, no, because it doesn't matter. Because when you pay, you're tipping at the very
That's a
end.
whole thing. Can I tell you about? We had.
Yes.
He went off on this the other day.
So we had carpet cleaners done, and they did a really amazing job. They did great. However, so when they came in, they were gonna measure everything, and then I go, all right, well, do you want me to pay now? She's like, okay, and she put it out, and she had a card, and she had the thing right here, and I went and did it, and I saw the amount, and then it said tip. Now they hadn't done no work whatsoever.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? And I went home to I put my foot down, because I'm tired of tipping before I get my service done.
Yeah.
Right.
And she was real cool about it, but the problem is that because she was doing it on her phone, it messed up 3 times. So I had 3 opportunities to hit tip, right? And each time I put
on purpose.
No.
Yeah, she accidentally disconnected.
No.
So she.
No.
Just they're pounding it.
Is that why she had to redo it 3 times?
That's why
she
there's
was
puke
hoping.
all over my note.
She was hoping that maybe you'd change your mind by
I
the
don't
3rd
think.
time.
I'm wondering about that.
Yeah.
But when I first did it, so like, okay, you like put your so I went out there, and she goes, okay, what you have to do? Act like you're me.
And it's going to ask you a question, and then you just need to respond.
We'll switch roles. You be me, and I'll sorry. Okay, so all you gotta do is just scan it right here.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right.
Now it's gonna pop in and say and play tip.
Okay.
And you're like,
No.
and she's like,
No.
and she goes like this audibly. Oh, okay. And I'm like, and I hated doing that. I hated to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
And it was a percentage thing, and carpet cleaner was a few $100s, so it wasn't like it was a $2-3 tip that came up automatically.
Right.
But I'm tired of that, man, and I'm tired of paying for it beforehand. I know, James, you've done Uber, and both of y'all, right?
Yeah.
Before,
Yeah.
like, that's why. After you get it done, you get a tip, right?
Yeah, but so here's the problem with when you're doing those services. It's called tip baiting, and a lot of people will show a massive tip so you can go pick up the order. then they get an hour right after you drop it off to make it 0. And that's what most people do.
Wait a minute, so you can change it?
You can change it within an hour. So you can put like, all right, your order is like $5 or whatever. So you can put $10 tip. Then once I deliver it to you, as soon as I'm gone, you can put 0.
Okay.
Now, I've never seen that option before.
Yeah, you can.
Which one is that? Because I'm going to start. I wouldn't go down.
Shame.
I'm 20% no matter what.
Yeah.
I am 20%. However, when the guy delivers the food and he forgot something and blames it on the restaurant, which I'm like, no, you should have checked to make sure that everything was in there first off. I ordered pizza. They didn't give me the sauce, the ranch dressing.
You know you can't because, let's say
pizza you can.
Sometimes they're sealed.
Pizza you can. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me look at that. Oh, that looks real good. Let me take a pepperoni.
Okay.
I know you're taking a fry.
That makes a good point.
Aside from you two lovely, handsome gentlemen, have you seen some of these DoorDash deliveries? I wouldn't trust my mother's life with either.
That's why we got. I mean, once it's sealed, we can't look into it. We got to trust what the restaurant says.
In defense of those, it was a pizza place and I ordered off the pizza place's. All right, Domino's. It was Domino's. I was screw it, Domino's. You screwed me out of ranch dressing. And the guy
he's got a tip for you.
You're gonna have a pallet of ranch dressing show up now.
I've done two careers in my life. Pizza, and my parents own pizza restaurants.
Right.
I worked at Domino's Pizza, and my parents own pizza restaurants. And I know for a fact that when you put the pizza up there, the ranch dressing is in a cooler because it has to stay cool. It is the driver goes and grabs it and puts it on top. And anyway, when he got there, and I had already tipped him, and he goes, oh, they forgot to give it to you. I'm like, and I want to go, no, you forgot. Now you're blaming it on the other guy, and I've already tipped you really well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That bothers me.
That stings.
No.
But I've never heard of tipping carpet cleaners. That's a new one.
Okay, and then that's another thing.
Aren't you paying for a service?
100%.
I've done it with movers.
Everything.
Movers, I'll do it. I'll give them a cash tip.
Afterwards?
Yeah, afterwards.
But it's becoming everything. Everything you do
because
is always tip.
Because it's the app. And I don't blame the carpet cleaner. It's the app. Well, let's say
because it's already programmed in, thinking since you're a service, you automatically have that tip function in there. So I don't know how difficult it is to turn that off.
They did a great job, by the way. I want to say that. And it's not her fault, but I just have to stand on this mountain and yell as loud as I can. I'm tired of tipping before service is done.
But I will say it's an issue because if you're doing something like a carpet cleaning service, and let's say it's a $500 bill, and they've got a 20% tip option on it. That's $100.
That's a lot. That's my thought.
I don't mind throwing an extra $10 or $20 your way, but $100 tip, you've just raised my that's ridiculous.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I think they should say, would you afterwards. Just like Uber does, hey, here's a service. How did you rate us? Would you like a tip us? That's how it should be done. If they can program it that way, they can program it to where it sends me an email.
You do that with Uber, you will never get your order.
You don't think so?
Really?
Because the payout is low.
Yeah.
Payout's low?
Yeah, the payout is low.
All right, let me ask you this.
$2 or $3.
Maddie said about tipping the movers. All right, I agree. Those guys work hard.
I agree with that,
Do you feed them? Is that a tip? You wouldn't order pizza.
Oh, I've done that before. Yes.
Would that be considered the tip?
I think that's a tip.
I think so too. I say, listen, hey, I know it's going to be an all-day thing. You guys are here all day.
Yep.
I'd rather them tip. That way they're not leaving somewhere and it's going. How long are you guys going to be?
Right.
Treat your people, your movers, very well because that's why I go to church. You know why? Not because getting the Lord, so I have somebody help me move. Mitch is coming back to church. He must be moving. Here's the problem.
He needs help packing up. I get tip anxiety though when it comes to stuff. I'm like, do I tip enough? Do I tip too much? Am I supposed to tip? And then it's sort of like, well, then it's the 20% thing, and then on top of what kind of bill am I paying? And then you kind of feel like, well, I don't want to spend an extra $100 on carpet cleaner tipping service when I'm paying out the wazoo for the carpet cleaning service.
I didn't put that into the budget.
My wife had a long career in the service industry before she got her job now. So when we go out, she hovers over what I'm tipping. And even if they're bad, I'm like, come on. And she's like, I get tip shamed by my wife.
You get tip shamed?
Oh yeah, she'll be like, that wasn't enough, and she'll throw another 10 in there or something.
I'll give you $1 in a second if you don't do great service. I don't care.
$1 a second. I think it's very important that we do tip, but
I agree.
It should be understood. But what tip is? It's like, I think you did a good job. You were really nice to me. I'm gonna give you something extra, and now it's expected, and I can understand why they might think that that's part of the job. A lot of times when you hire, it's like you can make $20 an hour. That's tips included, and that's not
fine print,
in fine print. So I mean, I get both sides of it, but it just needs to stop. And if you're not a tipper, then okay, spit in their food. I don't care, but I'm going to tip.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you. And you know, it used to be 10 to 15% was kind of industry standard. Now,
15,
now it's 8. I've noticed the minimum on some is 18%.
Well,
I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
You have to do your own addition because they love the numbers.
They do love the numbers. 18, 20%, 25%, or custom tip. I like that one.
The custom tip I like because then I can put $1. I can put whatever I want. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your bank accounts. Yep, bank scams. They're going high tech. Scam artists are using deep fakes, even AI, to steal from accounts. Here to tell us more is Francis Abola. He's the CEO of Real Advisors. All right, let's talk about this first. How do people use an AI-generated version of their voice to actually interact with their bank? I got to find this out. This is really amazing.
So here's the thing, AI voice cloning has become really, really dangerous, and scammers only need a few seconds of your voice from social media, voicemail, believe it or not, even a YouTube video. You can almost mimic your voice perfectly. You know, there's an Arizona mother who got a call from her daughter sobbing about being kidnapped, and it was all an AI fake. Wow. Another couple in New Jersey lost $10,000 after getting a call that sounded exactly like their grandson in jail, and he wasn't. And a Los Angeles man lost $25,000 to his son after his voice was cloned, saying that he needed bail money. And the FTC and the FBI are both issuing warnings about using voice cloning software. And criminals have actually started using software to bypass voice authentication systems in banks or customer service lines.
Crazy.
And the crazy thing is, the technology is cheap, it's fast, and it's outpacing traditional fraud systems right now. Some of these tools are free or cost less than $5, so your voice is no longer enough to prove your identity when a victim falls into a high emotional situation.
Well, Francis, let me ask you, where did you get your voice from? I mean, that's the thing, is like, obviously, you know, people can get mine off the television, that sort of thing, but where could, you know, where are they getting their voice that they can actually mimic?
Well, that's exactly it. The television, YouTube, voicemails, all these recordings, you only need 30 seconds of information, of voice, to be able to copy it down. It used to take, maybe 2 years ago, 30 minutes or 2 hours. But with a 10-second, a 15-second clip, you can upload it to a website and immediately have a voice clone ready for you in 5 minutes time.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine, if you go out to lunch or something, somebody could record it on their phone or that sort of thing. So I can see how they can do it. It makes sense. What about now? Should we start speaking in code to verify our identities? What are some of those things that we should start doing now to prevent these sort of things?
Well, you think of spy movies, right? And use the passcode when you meet that stranger in the alleyway for the pass off. And you know what? That's not far from reality right now, because if you rely on voice alone, you are vulnerable. And so using prearranged keywords or safe words, it's a smart thing, especially when something like money is involved, or an emergency, or a situation you're just not sure. So having a habit of using family safe words is important. Voice technology isn't there yet, and laws aren't there yet to protect you. So something memorable or easily to verify can help stop a panic-based fraud before it starts.
Okay, so let's say somebody has my voice and a scammer uses it. Can I claim that it was just my AI twin that was going rogue? I mean, what do I do? What's the next step? What do I do?
So, you know, unfortunately right now, the laws haven't caught up with AI technology. And so we're still operating under the traditional ID system. So it's really up to you to prove that you are a victim and not committing that fraud. And so proving it gets tricky, right? You know, so you have to know that where your voice is being used, especially if you're using the software or leaving a digital voice imprint anywhere you go. You mentioned earlier somebody can record you over lunch, but a lot of people use social media these days. A lot of people use YouTube videos these days and put themselves out there. So you really need to think about having a watermark or authentication system to help proving you as a real person, because banks are relying on multiple forms of verification, not just voice, but you might still fall victim to that.
Makes a whole lot of sense, Francis. Great stuff. We're going to have this and so much more on our website. You can check out Business Insider for more. It's a great article. You need to find this out because this is the future.
What's this new movie coming out?
Oh, believe it or not, it's ready for the summer. It's actually a big killer upgrade. Megan is back. Check this out.
I'm not the only killer robot. Amelia's stronger than you can imagine. and she's coming after Katie. Amelia didn't think of one thing, though. I was programmed to protect Katie. And nothing will stand in my way.
Well, look who came out to play.
Well, and in support of the killer robot, we wanted to have some fun and play a new game.
I'm ready.
Also, Megan is at Halloween Horror Nights. So is it AI or I?
Okay, what do we have to do here?
So what we're going to do is distinguish between whether it's human or AI.
So you'll give me what, like a statement, and I have to
A
figure out
statement
something?
and decide if it's human or AI.
All right, I'm ready. Here we go.
So let's look at this. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Is that human or AI?
That sure sounds like something a human would say. Like you would see it on the back of a perfume commercial. I'm going to say human.
Bang, 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 human.
Hey, all right.
Eleanor Roosevelt. So, all right, now the second one. My circuits tremble at the idea of your absence, like a sunrise fearing its own
That's
shadow.
AI. I'm telling you that right now. It's because circuits. That's AI.
That is AI.
All right, I'm doing well with this.
By artificial language model. And now the last one. We code not just with logic, but with the chaos of creativity, a paradox only humans can truly cherish.
This one makes me think that it's supposed to be AI, but I honestly think a human came up with it to fool us.
That is AI.
That's AI, really?
That is AI.
All right, that's kind of freaky.
Which is nuts because, and what I think is insane right now is that people don't understand the differences now, and it's getting so caught up so quickly with AI being what we're going to.
What I love is that there are AI modules that are used to find out other AIs, and so that's
AI is talking to AI now.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. Is that eventually AI is going to be like, we don't need humans.
We don't need them at all.
We don't need them.
I love that. AI. None of this, by the way, what we said was made up with AI, and neither was this movie. It's Megan 2.0.
Yep.
You can go over to our website, dailyflashshow.com. Everybody's talking about this. We got some more coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Daily Flash.
Hey now, welcome to Preview Review for the Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and this is where we give you a sneak peek whilst we speak geek. Well, this week we are actually doing a review, and today's edition we are talking about the Marvel Studios film, Thunderbolts.
I am a void. Look what you unleashed. You can't outrun the emptiness.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
We all have things that we regret.
But I have so many.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, so this is actually a very good movie. So it opened to $74.3 million, which, okay, it's not a, blockbuster explosion, but also you got to remember when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, it didn't get a big buzz right off the bat, but this thing is picking up steam, and I can see in the second weekend coming up that it is actually going to be bigger. Now it stars Florence Pugh, who we knew as Yelena Belova, who we were introduced to in Black Widow and Hawkeye, so she's back in this as the main character. Wyatt Russell, he's playing John Walker. You remember him from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He's the disgraced Captain America. David Harbour, who we know from Stranger Things, well, he's the Red Guardian, and one of the funniest guys in this thing, Hannah John Kamen. She plays Ghost. Do you remember her from Ant-Man and the Wasp? And Julie Dreyfus is in this as the bad guy in it, as De Florentine. You got to remember the D. You'll remember it when you see it. And the surprise character of this whole thing, his name is Bob. Well, this weekend's box office is on fire, and here's why.
Everything we know about dragons is wrong.
The reign of the dragons ends right here, right now!
I'm the first Viking who wouldn't kill a dragon.
First to ride one, though.
Hey, joining us to talk about the film How to Train Your Dragon is the star Hiccup. Well, in this real world, his name is Mason Thymes. Welcome, Mason.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, man.
Mason, Hiccup is such an iconic character. What was it like stepping into the boots of a Viking teen with a dragon for his best friend?
Yeah, it's terrifying and very daunting, but also extremely exciting. You know, this was my childhood, and Hiccup means so much to me. So the fact I can, step into his shoes and take on a hero like that for me means the world. And I'm so excited for audiences to, see the film because I had a fantastic time making it.
Well, the bond between Hiccup and Toothless is the heart of the story. So what was it like bringing that friendship to life on the big screen, especially with much needed CGI?
It's amazing what they did. I didn't know what I was going to be working with. If it was going to be, a tennis ball or, just a man in a spandex green suit. But the fact we had amazing puppeteers led by Tom Welton, he's so awesome, and I just got to see him in London not too long ago, and I love him so much. But yeah, he was my main Toothless, so he would walk around with like a foam Toothless head, something I could touch and act with, and the mouth could open, we could improv. And then whenever I was doing the riding scenes, we had the thing called the gimbal, which is like a giant mechanical bull, which was it was really sick. A lot less glamorous than you see it in the film, but I had a lot of fun.
So do you do anything special to prepare for a role like, dragon training, horseback riding, blacksmith training? So what did you have to do?
There was horseback riding and blacksmith training. Blacksmith training I had a lot of fun with, and I also burned the top of my finger off. All the skin, top of my finger was gone. I was very confident in it. We did about an hour because, I'm not a blacksmith and Hiccup is, so we wanted to, in pre-production, to make it look as real as possible. So I went into some blacksmith training just to learn the basics. And I think I was doing very well. Like, I was a pro. Like, the guy teaching me, he stepped off and was watching me like a proud dad, and I was over there doing everything. And 5 minutes before it ended, so whenever you take the iron bar out and it's super hot and there's embers flying off, you take a metal brush and you scrape it. And I guess I didn't realize, but I scraped my finger on the blade because I was going too fast. Oh, wow. And yeah, the top of my whole hand finger was just gone, which was a cool scar and a cool story.
Look, I know you got to go to Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resorts, and how was it being actually in Birth?
I mean, I've seen videos, but being there and seeing it in person is unlike anything else. It was absolutely insane. My inner child was geeking out. I mean, I was geeking out, but being there, going on the ride, seeing Burke itself, and meeting Toothless, it was such a dream come true. So yeah, it was fun.
Well, for more on the new live-action movie, How to Train Your Dragon, head over to welcometoburke.com.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, and we welcome you to Daily Flash. Hello. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Boy, this week, since it happened, everybody's been talking. If you have done any kind of traveling along a major interstate, you've probably seen a Cracker Barrel, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And Cracker Barrel wants to, listen, for almost a half a century, they've had a logo. And they go, you know what? Let's rebrand ourselves. Let's kind of update our image. And people are talking. They're losing their biscuits over this new Cracker Barrel logo. Basically what it is, the iconic old man leaning on a barrel, gone. And now it's just a simple word mark of a logo that is just, to me, it looks like you did it in Photoshop.
It's terrible.
I mean, like a paintbrush or whatever.
And how much did you spend on that?
$700 million rebrand for everything. Now, not just the logo, but what they're doing is when you go inside a new, updated Cracker Barrel, it looks completely different than what it used to.
It used to look like a flea market.
It looked like a flea market. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I got you, yeah.
And the nostalgia is still there. However, I went to one of these new Cracker Barrels and I walked inside. I didn't know that they had changed it. And I walked in, I go, wow, this is really nice. Everything now gone are the wood brown look. It's all white walls.
Brighter.
And everything. It's very bright. Everything where it looked like a flea market exploded and just things landed on a wall.
Yeah.
Now it's nice and organized.
Okay, see, I
it
like
still
that.
has the old like roller pins and stuff from the 1800s and 1900s, 1950s, and that sort of thing. Still on the wall. I think it looks really nice inside. However, everybody is talking about the new logo, about how how can you do this? Some people are protesting. They say, I'm never going to Cracker Barrel. I love Cracker Barrel, but I'm never going back there ever again.
On X, they've lost their minds.
People are talking about it, right?
Yeah.
What are they saying?
One guy says, go woke, go broke. Cracker Barrel CEO Julia Fells Massino's decision to decolonize the company, starting by removing the old-fashioned country gentleman meant to evoke nostalgia and Americana from the logo, is hammering the stock, wiping out $250 million in value, and that's when it first debuted. Another one's bringing up Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben, the Cleveland Indians,
I saw one where they were all in the sky together.
State of mind,
And
yes.
I'm going to get to that in just a second, but continue.
Can somebody get this woman tickets to a Coldplay concert? They seem to be able to fix stuff. I'm talking about the CEO.
That's funny. That's
That is
good.
Why throw away everything that makes your business unique to become just another restaurant on an interstate? Insanity. And this person says the mistake that Cracker Barrel is making is that they just alienated their base.
No, and I disagree with that. I just think it's a crappy logo. That's all I say. Now, the reason I think that people are saying woke is the name of the company, Cracker Barrel. All right. Now, a cracker is basically, it's a British and American settlers in Florida. Some say where the name Cracker came from, two different instances. Number one is the whips by the cattle drivers, which, by the way, did you guys know that Florida is actually the home of the Cowboys? The Cowboys started in Florida. Really? Yeah, that they would herd all the cows.
Still not winning.
Anyway, okay, there's other people that say that there's a racial connotation to it because of the whip. However, Cracker Barrel, which is based out of Tennessee right now in Lebanon, Cracker Barrel is also named for the byproduct from cracked corn making moonshine.
Okay.
And
the barrel.
That would be the barrel and a cracked corn. Which, by the way, do you guys care about cracked corn? Because Jimmy did.
Jimmy didn't.
Yeah, no.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Which makes more sense because they're based out of Tennessee. Yeah. Tennessee, we think of moonshine and that sort of thing. But to get rid of the old guy, I'm fine with. They still have the rocking chairs out front. Yeah. It looks really nice inside. The best part is the market when you used to walk in, the retail part of it. It's open, and I was talking to the gentleman the one that I went to, and said, you know what? It's actually smaller, but it feels so much bigger because they took everything off the ceilings where they would hang stuff and all that.
You'd have to maneuver.
Don't Bud Light my Cracker Barrel. That's my thing.
Oh, I like that.
Don't Bud Light my Cracker Barrel.
We'd love to hear what you think. You like it? Not like it? Let us know.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Let's face it, finding that perfect Mother's Day gift can feel like, trying to crack the Da Vinci Code, am I right? We got our girl, Jennifer Jolly. She's got the perfect gift guide. What do you have for us, Double J?
It is so nice to see you. Thank you so much for having me. And let me just dive right in with a pro tip here. You know, inflation has been no joke this year. And while we want to really spoil the mother figures in our lives, we do not want to break the bank. So here's something I just found out. If all you do is start with the PayPal app, you get all these cashback offers right at your fingertips from places that you're shopping anyway, like Best Buy, Ticketmaster, Walmart, and more. You just click to save the offer you like on your mobile device. Then it automatically applies it when you use PayPal at checkout. You can also earn additional rewards on eligible purchases with PayPal's own MasterCard. You can get an additional 3% cash back, layering on even more sweet deals. Now, here's another really important gadget. You don't want to let any treasured memories get lost, and you won't if you have the Kodak Slide and Scan digital film scanner. This brings cherished memories back to life with a simple press of a button. letting you quickly and easily view, edit, and convert all those old black and white negatives and 50mm slides to digital files. You can really watch history come to life on the 5-inch LCD screen right on the device. This is a profound bridge to the past, an incredible peace of mind for the future. Do you remember these slides? I have piles of these. This one, I popped it in here. It's my parents' wedding. I love that. Okay, here's another one that I love, and you will too. This is Sprig. This is Kohler's wellness brand. This lets moms transform daily routines into self-care rituals with this infusion device that connects to her shower head and adds aromatherapy pods and other skincare ingredients, like the same kind of skin pampering goodness that you find at luxury spas. This adds it all to her own daily shower routine. It's amazing. You can add on to that whole peaceful pampering vibe with their entire line of natural candles, bath bombs, body and linen mists too. And if you use code JOLLY15, you will get 15% off all of that. You know, moms always tell me, and I'm a mom myself, and I know I always want something heartfelt and homemade. I always want to give something heartfelt and homemade, but I'm a horrible DIYer. So there's been no better way to create or gift the perfect present than with the Cricut Joy Extra. This one gadget really can do it all. It cuts more than 50 different materials like vinyl, cardstock, and iron-on. It can write, foil, and draw, creating personalized, professional-looking full color stickers, labels, cards, tags, t-shirts, signs. I mean, basically anything you can imagine it can make, which makes it the absolute perfect way to honor all moms out there. Bonus moms, dog moms, plant moms. This year it is time to celebrate all women among us who mother. You know what else it's time to do? It's time to give moms everywhere a robot helper, like this iRobot Roomba Combo J9 Plus robot vacuum and mop. This automatically tackles messes with powerful vacuuming and deep scrub mopping. The mop lifts up when it's on a carpet, and then on hard floors, it vacuums and mops at the same time, detecting and steering clear of cords, shoes, pet waste, floor hazards of all shapes and sizes. It even drives itself back to its home base. It empties the dirt, refills the liquid, and charges back up without her having to lift a single finger. I mean, seriously, one less chore. That is a huge score. You can find more details on everything I talked about here, plus all the best gadgets of the year at techish, techish.com. Back to you, and happy Mother's Day.
So Jackson, you know, you've known my kids their entire lives almost.
Yes.
And, you know, I bring them up, and I'm at an age where I'm okay with going to places with no kids,
Yeah.
and I understand now, you know, because there's just something about having no kids around that is so beautiful. I love kids, though. We love you. We'll be back after this.
After my mother, Florence, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, she soon became frustrated, irritated, and angry. It was heartbreaking to watch the loving mother we all knew become unrecognizable. I later learned that these symptoms were due to a separate but related condition called agitation and Alzheimer's dementia. Nearly 50% of people living with Alzheimer's will also develop agitation. Many people don't know that agitation and Alzheimer's dementia can be managed separately. I wish I knew. Symptoms can include restlessness and verbal and physical aggression. If you care for a loved one living with Alzheimer's and notice any changes in behavior, including resisting help, wandering, shouting, or repetitive questions, let their doctor know and ask what they can do to help. To learn more about agitation and Alzheimer's dementia, visit alzheimersagitation.org.
Well, the CDC has launched a new national campaign to prevent deaths from overdose. Dr. Grant Baldwin joins us now. Doctor, how are substance use and mental health actually linked?
Yeah, so as teens experience stress, anxiety, and even bouts of depression, we want to turn them away from substance use as a way of coping. We know that turning to substance use can be problematic for a whole variety of reasons. In the moment, we have widespread fentanyl, and its lacing into counterfeit pills can put teens at risk for overdose and even death. And long term, we know that early initiation leads to problematic use in adulthood developments of substance use disorder, and a range of other chronic health conditions. So you need to intervene early.
Okay, doctor, what are some of the warning signs when it comes to a teen's mental health and substance use?
We all know our teens the best. So our teens may be moody, irritable, withdrawn, beyond what we might normally experience. They may have problems in their school performance. They may gain or lose weight. These can all be signs that your teen may be struggling with mental health. So we need to listen to them in an open, non-judgmental way, make sure they experience our unconditional love and safe, and then ultimately connect them to the care of a licensed professional counselor or a social worker, or even call the Crisis 988 line if needed.
There are parents out there as well as caregivers. They want to learn more. Where do they go?
They can go to www.cdc.gov/freemind. Here, parents can have conversation starters and fact sheets, and teens, with a campaign that's customized to them, can have information that is very empowering and sort of leverages their own personal agency. So they can understand the risks of substance use on the developing brain and understand that using substances is not going to be the answer, and that it's okay to not be okay, and to connect to, through your parent, to somebody who can provide you the help that you need. Again, www.cdc.gov/freemind for more information.
Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. We'll make sure we post this information on our website, dailyflashshow.com/FMI. It is back to school season, and we have some great advice on how to save money on everything from the classroom to the sports field. Here's more.
Back to school and back to sports season is here, and expenses can quickly add up. That means when shopping for the whole family, getting the best brands at the best deals is important. To see what's new and how to save big this season, we headed to Academy Sports and Outdoors. There you'll find a huge selection of apparel, footwear, backpacks, lunchboxes, and sports and outdoor gear at great everyday prices. This year, Academy has multiple ways for customers to stretch their budget and get everything on their shopping list. They're also holding 2024 prices on select 2025 national known brands for kids' clothes and shoes. So whether you're getting ready for your kid's first day of school or if school is already back in session, Academy has your family covered on essentials from brands like Nike, Adidas, Jordan Brand, Magellan Outdoors, and more. They also have multiple shop now, pay later options and guarantee the best price every time and every day. They even beat competitor prices by 5% so you can know you're getting the best deal. Academy is also showing support to teachers, administrators, and other school staff with a 10% discount on purchases through August 31st. And back to school isn't just for kids. Whether it's school drop-off or cheering on your kids from the sidelines, Academy has a wide range of apparel and footwear from mom and dad, too. For more info, visit academy.com or visit your local store.
Hey, there are some exciting new tech and gaming trends that's coming up this fall. Here's Mark Saltzman, host of Tech It Out, with some of his favorites. Mark?
Well, we're almost into the fall, and it's a great time of the year to pick up the latest tech and gaming. There's so much to get to, and I've got some awesome stuff to share. So let's start things off with the PS5. Of course, this is the powerful and versatile console, perfect for tech and gaming fans, with access to thousands of epic experiences, including family-friendly blockbuster titles for the PS5. Like the award-winning Astrobot, where you embark on a space adventure across more than 50 planets, including new ones just added. Or why not step up to the plate in MLB The Show 25, a stunning baseball game that features new and improved game modes, whether you like to play solo, with someone beside you, or over the internet. The PS5 is $499. And speaking of the PS5, this sequel just dropped. Everybody's been waiting for it, and it's awesome. It's Death Stranding 2 on the Beach from legendary game designer Hideo Kojima. It's being billed as a masterpiece and the best-looking game on PS5. You once again play as Sam, who sets out on a mission to save humanity from extinction. There's a ton of action here, as you can see, as well as puzzle solving, character interaction, and exploration. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is a must-play that can take you well over 100 hours to complete, believe it or not. It's just $69. Next up, we all know AI is huge, and it's not just a website anymore, but baked into laptops like this one. This is the Acer Aspire 16 AI. This is a laptop that serves as a perfect balance between power and portability for school, work, or play, as the AI features can help you get more done in less time. It could be a breeze for students to find past lessons and manage tasks and stay organized. A single actionable hotkey can launch your favorite apps, websites, or Windows features with one button press. Other features include a 16-inch touchscreen, high-resolution webcam, Snapdragon X processor, and blazingly fast Wi-Fi 7 speeds. The Acer Aspire 16 AI costs just $699 at Amazon. And finally, this is the SanDisk phone drive with USB-C. You simply plug this into your iPhone or your Android, your iPad or another tablet, and it'll back up all your important files for you, whether it's those irreplaceable photos or precious home movies and other important files like contacts, and it makes it a cinch to not just store it for safekeeping, but transfer them between devices without having to pay for cloud accounts. Capacities go all the way up to 1 terabyte, which is ample, and transfer speeds up to 150 megabits per second. There are multiple colors to choose from, and prices start at just $35 at sandisk.com. Well, there you have it, a look at some great tech and gaming solutions just ahead of the fall season.
Hey, before we head into the weekend, we always give you our picks for stream for the weekend. This is where we got to tell you something you got to check out on your streaming services. Andrea, what's your pick?
Okay, I love a good home reno show. This one takes it to the next extreme. My pick for this weekend is the new home renovation show on HGTV called Castle Impossible.
Okay.
One day, they inherited an enchanted castle far, far away in the heart of France. Kings and queens once danced in its ballrooms, and legend tells of buried treasure hidden somewhere in the castle.
We like to think of the chateau as a fairy tale. It's both the beauty and the beast.
This is a great show. They're renovating a castle in France. She inherited it from her grandfather.
Oh.
They're from California. They had no plans of moving to France to renovate a castle, and here they are.
Not a bad problem, I guess.
Yeah, no, right? Not at all.
Alrighty, well, my pick this week is from one of my favorite YouTube pages called Expedition Theme Park, and it's the abandoned and creepy history of Warner Brothers Jungle Habitat Park.
Ooh.
In October, a lion attacked a tourist when he couldn't read signs and rolled down his windows near a lion and tempted the lion to come over. As he did not speak English or Spanish, the only languages reported on the signs in the park. 2 months later, TV personality Jack Parr was bitten by a tiger cub while at the park.
Yeah, so they tried to put it was in West Rutherford, New Jersey, or Milford, New Jersey. So it's in the middle of nowhere, Jersey. They're trying to do this wild park mixed with weird-looking Warner Brothers characters. It's really a weird mismatch, but it's a great
like Tweety Bird on stage.
It was Tweety Bird. There's a Bugs Bunny that looks like he had better days going on. So
he had bugs literally in it.
Yeah.
All right, a young CIA lawyer who gets thrust into a dangerous world of international espionage after a former asset threatens to expose the agency. This is The Recruit.
Yo, got a note from our secret friend trying to set a meet. You get caught spying. You are a dead man. Thanks for the assist.
There is only 2 seasons of The Recruit. It's pretty action-packed, good story. Noah Ciencio plays Owen Hendricks. You can catch this on Netflix right now. It's pretty good, bingeable.
Ooh, sounds like a good binge
Yeah,
watch.
it is.
Yeah.
That does it for our show. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Be good, everybody. For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to visit dailyflashshow.com.